In our fast-moving modern life, everyone keeps a kind of treasure. Some treat money as absolute safety. Some trade their youth for fame. Some lock everything in vaults, believing that if the lock is strong enough, nothing can be taken. But some treasures glitter yet are fragile. A single sudden event can blow them away. And there are other treasures, shapeless, unmeasurable, but so powerful that no thief can touch them. Kindness, sincerity, family love, the meaningful relationships we've forgotten to cherish. The saying, "Don't keep your treasure where a thief can take it," is not only a warning about money, it's a deep reminder about the human heart. Today's story is about Victor Hale, a well-known bank executive in an American city, a man who believed the greatest treasure of his life lived inside cold steel vaults, until a sudden event forced him to look again. Ashbourne is a bright financial center in the Northeast, the glass faces of its buildings catching the light like sheets of burnished metal. In the middle of downtown stands the Hamilton and Crow Bank Tower, the region's largest bank, shining like a lighthouse along the avenue. On the top floor is Victor Hale's office, the chief executive, the embodiment of discipline and achievement. People call him the steel wall of Hamilton, someone who never lets emotion cloud judgment. Every morning for 30 years, Victor arrives at 6 a.m. as ritual. He checks reports, scans risk indicators, inspects security systems with a hard, precise gaze. For him, the bank is a fortress, and he is the gatekeeper. But his private life is empty. His wife died early. His only son, Daniel, chose music and lives in another state. Their conversations are rare. Victor doesn't understand music. Daniel doesn't understand his father's world of rigid order. The distance grows like an unpatched crack. He lives in a luxurious penthouse, but the home is beautiful, not warm. He owns many things, but no one truly stays with him. Victor thinks, as long as the bank is safe, his life is safe. He does not know that one autumn day, the steel fortress he trusted will tremble. That afternoon, the sky was a soft gray. Hamilton's staff were busy. Victor was in a security meeting when the ceiling lights flicked once and died. The whole tower plunged into darkness. Alarms screamed red. AC, servers, monitors, all went silent. Victor stood at once. "Security team, check the whole system." Marcus, head of IT, burst into the meeting room, pale. "Mr. Hale, we're under attack. The backup power was disabled." Those words hit like thunder. Hamilton's backup power had never failed in 40 years. Moments later, the internal radio blurted, "Basement, main vault, someone is attempting a physical breach." Victor ran to the basement. Corridors were dark, emergency lights flashing a frantic red like a pounding heart. The sound of metal being forced echoed, sharp and heavy. Security guards formed a line at the vault door, but their hands shook. A team of masked attackers worked to break the first layer of protection. In the chaos, Victor saw Lena, a young client services officer, calming a trembling elderly customer. "Hold my hand, I'll call the police." Her voice was small, but it became an anchor. Victor knew, if the second layer falls, the consequences will be catastrophic. Police arrived and the attackers fled, but damage was done. Locks were smashed, backup systems compromised. Some data had been copied before responders could contain it. That night, Victor stood alone in the basement. For the first time in his life, he felt fear. Not for money, not for reputation, but for the frightened faces of the people who depended on him. He realized the treasure he had protected all his life might not be inside a vault. The next morning, Ashbourne woke to headlines. Hamilton Bank attacked in downtown. Customers surged in like a wave. Reporters crowded the lobby. Many demanded to withdraw funds. "Mr. Hale, is our money safe? How could your system be so vulnerable?" Staff tried to explain, but trust was shredding. Victor stepped forward. Camera flashes burned into his face. He felt like he stood on a public dock, judged. An elderly customer approached. "I've banked here 30 years. Now I don't know." His voice trembled. Victor felt a squeeze in his chest. Not for assets, but because someone who had trusted him now doubted. In the emergency meeting, the dashboard glowed red. unauthorized queries on sensitive data, at-risk accounts, major funds demanding meetings, signs of mass withdrawals. Voices rose in the room, angry, scared. Victor remained quiet. That night, he returned to his cold penthouse. City lights reflected off the ceiling. He whispered, "What have I been protecting all these years?" At that moment, his phone rang. Daniel was calling. Victor stared at the screen, uncertain whether to pick up or let it ring out. His hands trembled. Even the smallest move felt like it might shatter everything. The internal investigation uncovered a frightening fact. The attack had inside help. A suspicious USB was recovered behind the server room. Logs traced access to account admin 04. Whose account was it? Senior management? A contractor? No. It belonged to Samuel Kerr, head of operations security, Victor's close colleague for 15 years. Victor summoned Samuel to the conference room. On the screen were the access logs, a pixelated video clip. "Why would you do this?" Victor asked, voice heavy. Samuel exhaled slowly. "Victor, you trust steel too much. You trust systems too much. People are treated as resources, not as the heart. I wanted everyone to see." Victor could hardly believe it. "You betrayed us to teach a lesson?" Samuel looked at him, calm and hollow. "I wanted them to wake up. A bank is much more than machines. It's built on trust." Security led Samuel away. He did not resist. He did not plead. He looked back only once, sorrow in his eyes. Victor stood there for a long time, not angry, not yelling, empty. That evening, the phone rang again. It was Daniel. Victor answered. "Are you okay, Dad?" His son's voice trembled. Victor could only say, "I'm not okay." Daniel was silent then. "I'll come home." The next day, Victor called a full staff meeting, everyone from tellers to janitors. He did not come to reprimand. He came to speak plainly. He said softly, "I'm sorry. I forgot that people are the foundation of this bank." The room was still. Some faces were stunned. A few people wept. He turned to Lena. "Thank you. You did what I couldn't that night." Applause rose, not sycophantic, but warm and honest. When Daniel arrived, father and son embraced in the lobby. For the first time, Victor felt something he had denied. The greatest treasure is not what the vault guards. It is the people who choose to stand by you, even after distance, even after mistakes. Hamilton slowly recovered. Employees felt closer. Workplace tension eased. Sincerity replaced rigidity. Customers returned when they saw Victor and the team facing the truth, not hiding it. One evening, Victor and Daniel stood on the rooftop balcony. A gentle breeze, the city aglow. Daniel asked, "Are you still afraid?" Victor smiled faintly. "No, I put my treasure in the wrong place for too long. Now I know where to keep it." "Where?" Daniel asked. Victor placed a hand on his son's shoulder. "Here, with people who don't leave." They looked out at the city like a new painting, a beginning. Victor Hale's story reminds us, a true treasure is not something you lock away. Not money, not power, not reputation. Those can vanish overnight. A real treasure is what thieves cannot steal. Kindness, sincerity, trust, family, relationships we nourish. If we anchor our lives only to measurable things, we risk forgetting the human face. A crisis tests not only technology, but character and community. Courage to admit fault, to listen, to repair, and put people first. That builds lasting safety. Keep your treasure where a thief cannot reach. In the heart, in honest relationships, in daily acts of care. When the heart is rich, life is rich. Whether the vault is full or empty. Because in the end, what matters is not what's in the vault, but what's in the heart.